Welcome to Mocs News. Have you ever been in the heat of the moment and did something you might regret?
Well, stay tuned to hear about a kiss that may have been too friendly for this moment.
I'm Lillian Simcox.
And I'm Katie Stevens. Your news starts now.
UTC engineering students will soon have a new space to design and build their projects. Ground was broken for the new Innovation and Advanced Manufacturing Application Center, or IIAMAC. The facility is located on the parking lot next to the Sims Center on MLK Boulevard. Its purpose is to help students work more on 3D printing to overcome barriers and solve problems. Engineering faculty hope to have phase 1 of the project open in a year.
Have you heard about the film festival arriving to campus? The Roost, UTC student-run film club, has now opened submissions to their new festival, which will be held on April 21st of this year inside the University Center Auditorium. Open to students, faculty, and alumni, the Roost wants to see the video work you have created. All genres are permitted and categories from short films, documentaries, animation, broadcasts, and more are eligible. Winners will be categorized and decided by jury. 2 Best in Show prizes will be awarded professional-grade filming equipment. Participants are able to submit up to 2 films to the festival for free, and you can apply at the link below. The application deadline is March 20th for all submissions.
UTC's Photo Night is 12 days away, and presenters Olivia Ross and Kim Hubbard spoke to us about their work here in Chattanooga and around the world. Ross is a recent UTC graduate who went on to photograph for the Chattanooga Times Free Press. Let's take a look.
I would say I definitely have kind of my style and like the lenses that I like to use, the angles that I like, and kind of finding the perspective that I think is interesting. I would say that my inspiration, I definitely draw a lot from Billy, because he's kind of the one that got me into everything and kind of taught me how to do what I'm doing now. I follow a lot of photographers on social media and kind of try to keep up with kind of new things and old things that I'm interested in, and kind of build a style off of people I'm inspired by.
Hubbard, who is also a UTC alumni, notably worked as senior photo editor for the National Geographic and the White House under Obama administration. She is now a freelance photojournalist whose work has appeared in the New York Times, the Washington Post, Discovery, and more.
I mean, I started out like hardcore journalism, and I love sports. I love to shoot sports. I love to shoot NASCAR. Billy and I went to a NASCAR race, Talladega, which was awesome. And then, I moved to New York, and I started working with Audubon magazine, which was a kind of an environmental magazine, and I photographed lemurs and then parrots, endangered parrots, and cranes, and then I did a story for the New York Times on bears, and then I went to National Geographic, and just started mainly editing, and also got way into dinosaurs.
The pair will be accompanied by Kathleen Greason and Wade Payne on Wednesday, March 1st, as they each showcase their work and career highlights. Weather's looking pretty scary out there.
What will happen next? Our Cassandra Castillo has the answer.
Did everybody survive that storm last night? And is it just me, or is it snowing outside? Today's looking like it's going to be cold and damp with light showers. Tomorrow will be sunny, but the temperatures will stay low and could drop as far as 27 degrees. Starting on Sunday, though, temperatures will begin to rise to a crazy extent. By Wednesday, we could see a high of 79 degrees. In February, you best believe it. We'll also see more rain coming in next week, and starting Tuesday and continuing all the way through next weekend. Katie and Lillian, back to you.
5 former Memphis police officers plead not guilty to second-degree murder of Tyree Nichols. They are due back in court May 1st.
Over 39,000 confirmed deaths resulted from a massive quake that hit Turkey and Syria, the 2 countries, over 11 days ago. The 7.8 earthquake shook the southeast border of Turkey and northern border of Syria last week. According to the World Health Organization, it is estimated that roughly 23 million people are likely to be affected by this natural disaster. The United Nations has launched a $397 million appeal in order to aid survivors in both countries.
3 students have died and 5 were injured after a gunman opened fire at Michigan State University Monday evening. The gunman also fatally shot himself hours after the shooting took place. Police have confirmed that all 8 shooting victims were students at the university. The gunman, a 43-year-old man, had no connections to the school or students, police said. This is an ongoing investigation.
Upsets are becoming the new norm in the NCAA.
And the MLB is changing it up. We turn it over to our Frankie Bolignani for sports.
The Super Bowl has concluded with the Kansas City Chiefs coming out on top 38-35. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes was crowned Super Bowl MVP after picking up 200 yards and 3 touchdowns. This makes Mahomes the most decorated player in a short career with 2 MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, and an All-Pro appearance. The MLB season is nearing, and so are some new rule changes. Changes in base size, how much time a pitcher has, and restrictions on defensive shifts will all show up with the MLB season. These changes are designed to speed up the game and make them higher scoring by giving pitchers less time and base runners a shorter path between bases. In NCAA basketball, Alabama has dropped from number 1 to number 3 after allowing the now number 8 Tennessee Vols to upset them 68-59. Purdue, who also saw some time as the number 1 team in the nation, has dropped their 2nd straight game, losing to Maryland. As of now, the UCLA Bruins hold the number 1 spot, but only time will tell if they can keep it. Last but not least, the UTC wrestling team nearly snatched victory from Campbell. After the team's slow start, certain wrestlers kept the team afloat by adding to their wins, but sadly, they were overpowered and lost by 6 points. Despite the loss, Coach Kyle Russell was proud of his team's performance and effort.
It's all about effort for me. You know, we can fix stuff in the practice room, the X's and O's, the technique, but if they go out there and they just wrestle really, really hard, it gives them a better chance of winning, but then also you know what you can fix. It's really hard to fix effort, and so if guys go out there, they just flip the switch, they're ready to compete. I'm a pretty happy coach. We can always fix the little things.
The team closes out the season with a match against Bellarmine tonight and a match against Indiana on Senior Day Sunday. Katie and Lillian, back to you.
The Chancellor met with students in the aviary at the Stacy Town Center. Students could ask questions by writing their inquiries on pink sticky notes, which would then be read by the Chancellor. He answered several questions about pressing issues on campus, including parking and student safety. Pizza and drinks were provided to all who attended.
As we wave goodbye to the season of love, Jill Biden and Doug Emhoff, Kamala Harris's husband, were caught on camera making it a memorable one. The First Lady and Vice President's husband openly locked lips last Tuesday during Joe Biden's State of the Union address. This was no fake edit, folks. This is real raw footage of that kiss, which the participants are not denying, but also not taking any questions on.
That's this edition of Mocs News. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to keep up with us on our Facebook page.
We are also on Twitter and YouTube. Have a good weekend.